If you have just received your A-level results and you are wondering, do I need to guess whether my fourth subject or mother tongue will help my score? You don't. This calculator already checks the best valid outcome for you automatically. In this video, I'll show you how this UAS 70-point calculator works, what your score is actually based on, and why this tool is useful if you don't want to manually test every possible combination yourself. For academic year 2026 onwards, your UAS is built from a core score of best 3 H2 subjects plus GP. That core is out of 70. This is why this calculator starts with these fields: your 3 H2 grades and your GP grade. This form the core. So even if you took 4 H2 subjects, your core does not simply come from all 4 H2s added together. It still begins with your best 3 H2 results plus GP. Then, if applicable, you can also enter your 4th content subject and your H1 mother tongue. But these are treated as optional boosters. They are not automatically included just because you took them. They are only counted if they improve your final score after rebasing. And this is where many students get confused. Some people think taking 4 H2 subjects must always give a better score. Others assume that adding mother tongue will definitely help. But this is not always true, because once you add extra components, the score has to be rebased before you can compare it fairly. So what this calculator does is very simple and very useful. Once you enter your grades, it automatically compares the valid scoring scenarios for you. It checks core only, core plus 4th content subject, core plus mother tongue, and core plus both boosters. Then it returns the highest final UAS. For example, in this case, the core only score is 62.50, but when the 4th content subject is included, the final score becomes 63.44 after rebasing. So the calculator identifies that as the best option. If mother tongue is included instead, the score is lower, and if both boosters are included together, that result is also lower than the best case. So the calculator does not blindly force everything in. It compares the options and keeps the one that gives you the highest final score. Now, let's look at the logic behind that result. Your UAS is expressed out of 70 because the core is always best 3 H2 plus GP. That is the foundation. So the calculator is not inventing a shortcut. It is following the actual structure of the scoring system. Another important point is that GP matters a lot because GP is part of the core. It is not just some extra H1 on the side. If your GP grade drops, your core score drops too. The grades are then converted into points, with H2 subjects using the H2 scale and GP using the H1 scale. Next come the optional boosters, the 4th content subject and H1 mother tongue. These are considered only if they help. That is why the calculator checks them for you instead of assuming they should always be counted. Now the reason this matters is rebasing. Your score is already out of 70, but if you add one booster, the raw total becomes out of 80. If you add 2 boosters, it becomes out of 90. Since the final UAS still has to be expressed out of 70, the calculator rebases the score before deciding whether that option is truly better. That means adding a subject can increase your raw total, but after rebasing, the final score may improve only slightly or may not improve at all. That is exactly why this calculator is helpful. It does not just add points mechanically, it compares the valid combinations fairly after rebasing, then shows you the best final outcome. So, if I had to summarize the calculator in one sentence, it would be this. You enter your grades once, and the calculator automatically checks the valid combinations and shows you your best final UAS. That means you do not need to guess whether your 4th subject helps, whether mother tongue should be included, or whether adding more subjects automatically improves your score. The calculator checks all of that for you. And for project work, PW does not add points to the 70-point score because it is treated as pass or fail, although a pass is still important for eligibility. If you want to try it, just key in your grades on the calculator, and if you want to understand the logic behind the score, keep reading the explanation below the tool on the page.